Then the next major Governor General that we have, or the Viceroy that we have, it is Lord Curzon. Okay, Lord Curzon is famous as well as infamous, and the reasons we'll discuss. He occupies a high place among the rulers, okay, of like Wellesley as well as Dalhousie, but he was a thorough imperialist. Imperialist because he wanted to ensure, he wanted to make feel Indians that British are supreme, and by hook or by crook he was going to achieve it. In general, his administration was efficient, and he overhauled the entire administrative machinery in India. Let us see the various reforms that he has done, along with the steps including the partition of Bengal. So when he came, he saw that education required some reforms, but while doing some reforms, he also wanted to increase the control of government on it. So he noted a decline in education standard as well as discipline. Universities perceived as breeding ground for political revolutionaries, है ना, जैसे कि अभी भी चलता रहता है ना कि काफी कि should we allow political activities in the universities, में सबसे ऊपर नाम आता है JNU का कि allow करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए. But anyway, universities has always been the breeding ground for political revolutionary. That is a reality, or the new political class. So he took some initiative. Number one, he came out with a Universities Commission in 1902, and it was something which investigated the state of university education. Then, on the basis of this, the Universities Act of 1904 was passed, which brought all universities under the government control. So this is number one. He was trying to improve the education standard, but simultaneously he wanted to reduce the political role of these universities. कि यहाँ पे ऐसी debates discussion नहीं होने चाहिए at any cost. Then he tried to implement based on the commission finding and recommendation. He also went for police as well as military reforms. उसमें भी कुछ changes करने की कोशिश की. Like he focused on efficiency as well as discipline. So educational reforms were done, then police reforms. A commission was appointed under Sir Andrew Fraser. So this commission was appointed, and its recommendation was accepted as well as implemented. Many training schools were also opened for officers as well as constable, plus a provincial police force was introduced. If you see military reforms, so it was led by Lord Kitchener, Commander-in-Chief during the Curzon's time. Specific detail and extent of remodeling was taken by him. So he could take the initiative, and the whole military was reorganized. Then one very infamous act, which is known as Calcutta Corporation Act, was also passed. This act was introduced in 1899. The whole aim was to restructure the Calcutta Corporation. So जो local governance उनका structure था उसको change करना चाह रहे थे. And how? Reduction in the number of elected members. So जितने भी elected members थे in this Calcutta Corporation, they were to be reduced. Number one, increase in the number of official members, the members which were nominated by the government of India of that time. More representation was provided to English people compared to Indians, and this again led to very strong discontent, because people were considering that when reforms will happen in this corporation, eventually it's going to lead to better level of democracy in the area, or more refined governance will come in. But this is how he increased the government intervention in the local governance, which was not going to be good in the future. Then he also was passionate about archaeology, okay, and deep interest was there in preserving India's ancient monuments of historical significance. That's why this Ancient Monument Act of 1904 was also passed, and this mandated government and local authority to preserve archaeological monument, made destruction of such monument as an offense. So this act has been important even till today. Plus, he was also keen in archaeology and preservation of left a lasting impact on India's cultural heritage. As all of us understand, the whole history, it is nothing but the interpretation of archaeology. So archaeology is very, very important for us. Then the most infamous act, that was the partition of Bengal. So what he did, he eventually merged the Western Bengal along with Bihar and Odisha, and the Eastern Bengal was merged into Assam. Okay, so this is how he created the two Bengals, the West Bengal and the Eastern Bengal. This decision, okay, became prominent around 1903. Very serious discussion started कि भाई ठीक है इसको divide कर देते हैं. And finally द पार्टीशन वाज इफेक्टेड ऑन 4th of July 1905. उस दिन को फाइनल कर दिया था एंड द डे ऑफ पार्टीशन वाज 16th of October. 16th of October तक वो फाइनल डे था. ऑन दैट द पार्टीशन वाज डन इवेंचुअली. So what was the scheme of this partition? What was the logic behind it? That is something which we need to understand. So what he was trying to do, he divided Bengal into two parts. And how? By dividing them along their religion. And this Hindu versus Muslim, okay, was considered as a master stroke. So they thought that all the major political activities in India, they were in which province? They were in Bengal. So they wanted to reduce the level of Bengali nationalism. And to reduce it, they divided it on the basis of Hindus and Muslims. Okay, and that was the real way. Even though they said that it is for administrative convenience. We are dividing Bengal for administrative convenience. There is no other purpose. However, it was very easy to understand that they are dividing on the basis of religion. Otherwise, it's better. Like after independence, we divided provinces on the basis of language. They could have done the same, but they were not ready to do so because their aim was to divide the rising tide of nationalism, and that is something they were trying to do. So partition divided the Hindus and Muslims in Bengal. This led to anti-partition agitation all over the country. This also intensified the national movement. The first major mass movement in Indian history, it was after the partition of Bengal, known as Savdeshi movement. If we see his estimate, we'll talk about Savdeshi movement later on. If we see his estimate as a person, so he assumed the office, and when he was 40 years old, majority of his reforms, they were on the basis of the experts. अलग-अलग commission उन्होंने set up किया for that purpose, and its recommendation. He made a serious study of Indian problems in all aspects. However, he was not able to materialize them because he did not like Indians in general. All of his acts were trying to increase the power of British. And he was a thorough imperialist. That's why he lost all his popularity after the partition of Bengal.
Hi, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Vikas Ahlawat. I'm a former civil servant. I was able to crack UPSC twice. In fact, in 2018, I was able to get highest marks in history optional, and they were around 324. So this year, I'm coming up with a series which I am calling Self-Study History Optional. इस series में 100 से ज़्यादा वीडियो होने वाले हैं, which are going to cover the different nuances of ancient, medieval, modern as well as world history. So those of you who are preparing for 2025, register करिए and try to get the maximum out of this specific initiative of ours. So at Prepcareer IAS, we are producing results from last many years. 2023 में बहुत सारे टॉपर्स हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट से थे. 2022, 21 हर साल बहुत अच्छे टॉपर्स यहाँ से निकले हैं. And they have been able to get very good marks in history optional. So those of you who are thinking कि यार start करके कितना कर पाएंगे कितना नहीं कर पाएंगे, we already have achievements with us. I was able to achieve, my students are achieving, and you can be the next. इन सेशंस में क्या होने वाला है? नंबर 1, विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन फाउंडेशन ऑफ बेसिक कंसेप्ट्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम व्हाट इज हिस्ट्री, व्हाट इज हिस्टोरिकल पीरियड, व्हाट इज प्रोटो हिस्ट्री, व्हाट इज प्री हिस्ट्री, बेसिक लेवल. ओके. सेकंड, अलाइनमेंट विद यूपीएससी सिलेबस. जितना भी हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल का सिलेबस है वो 51 पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है. सो वी आर गोइंग टू अलाइन ईच एंड एवरी कंसेप्ट विद द सिलेबस इटसेल्फ. नंबर 3, वी आर गोइंग टू फोकस ऑन आंसर राइटिंग. ऑल ऑफ यू नो कि जो मेंस है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं होता है, वो सब्जेक्टिव लेवल पे होता है, और आप सब लोगों को आंसर राइटिंग सीखना शुरू करना पड़ेगा, है ना. वी डू नॉट हैव टू मच ऑफ टाइम, तो स्टार्टिंग से ही आंसर राइटिंग शुरू करेंगे. एंड नंबर 4, द ओवरऑल पैकेज इज़ वेरी हॉलिस्टिक इन नेचर. तो अगर आप इसको अच्छे से कर लेते हैं तो जो बेसिक लेवल फाउंडेशन हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल की वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगी. यू आर गोइंग टू गेट मैनी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स अलॉन्ग विद दिस. ओके. 100+ सेशन है, चारों पार्ट कवर होंगे. थीम वाइज सेग्रीगेटेड डायग्राम, फ्लो चार्ट, जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट एनसीईआरटीज हैं. देखो अगर हम सारी एनसीईआरटीज को कंबाइन कर दें, एंशिएंट, मिडिवल, मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड ऑफ वेरियस बोर्ड्स ऑफ इंडिया, तो 25 से 26 एनसीईआरटी निकल के आती हैं. उन सबको हमने कोहेरेंट फॉर्म में डिज़ाइन किया है सो दैट यू कैन लर्न द बेस्ट फ्रॉम दैट. ओके. बिकॉज देखो हिस्ट्री में रिसर्चेज चलती रहती हैं. अभी तमिलनाडु की जो एनसीईआरटीज हैं, दे आर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इन कंपेरिजन टू द रीसेंट हिस्ट्री देन द प्रीवियस हिस्ट्री जो कि आर.एस. शर्मा वगैरह, सतीश चंद्रा या फिर बिपिन चंद्रा ने लिखी हैं. दैट्स वाई वी आर कवरिंग ऑल द एनसीईआरटीज एंड दैट्स वाई 100+ सेशंस हो जा रहे हैं टोटल मिला के. देन 30+ वैल्यू एडेड आपको डॉक्यूमेंट मिलने वाले हैं, डेडिकेटेड आंसर राइटिंग सेशन मिलेंगे, जूम सेशंस भी करेंगे बाद में, ताकि आप लोगों की जितनी भी डाउट्स हों विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लर्निंग दे कुड बी सॉल्व्ड. ओवरऑल जो है आपको क्लास की पीपीटीज मिलेंगी, कंसेप्ट लिस्ट मिलेगा, PYQs, जितने भी PYQs हैं उनको अच्छे से हमने डिज़ाइन कर दिया ताकि आप सब उनको अच्छे से पढ़ सकें, माइंड मैप मिलेंगे पूरे सिलेबस के, वर्कबुक और लर्निंग असाइनमेंट्स मिलेंगे एंड सेल्फ असेसमेंट टेस्ट, सो दैट वंस यू लर्न समथिंग तो साथ में उसको एटलीस्ट इवेल्युएट भी करना चाहिए ना कि भाई हमें कुछ समझ में आया भी है नहीं आया, एटलीस्ट जितना रिक्वायर्ड है वहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं या फिर नहीं पहुँचे हैं। तो आपको करना क्या है, वट वी नीड टू डू दैट, सबसे पहले आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए, ठीक है, आपको एक स्पेसिफिक गूगल शीट मिलेगा उसमें आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए। देन एज ऑल ऑफ अस अंडरस्टैंड हर किसी के पास लिमिटेड स्लॉट्स हैं, तो आपको एक स्पेसिफिक कॉल आएगा एंड दैट इज समथिंग विच वी आर कॉलिंग एट स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस, बिकॉज अगर हमें आपको ये सारी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करनी है, द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स विच वी कैन हेल्प दे आर ऑलवेज लिमिटेड इन नेचर। सो अकेडमिक काउंसलर इज गोइंग टू कॉल यू, दे गोइंग टू हेल्प यू आउट, दे गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है। हो सकता है आप कॉलेज के फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, सेकंड ईयर में हो, थर्ड ईयर में हो, और यू मे हैव ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर सम टाइम एंड यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट, तो इसलिए हमें स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस चाहिए होगा। एंड फाइनली ऑन द basis of this you're going to get the benefit of this program.